Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Elo Casting back onto the European West server. The one thing to know, I'm not sure why or how this has managed to happen, but I'm just realizing the minimap is not in the corner of the screen, so thank you, Riot, for that. They can't seem to get things right, can they? Either way, coming into this, we have some beautiful team comps here. Olaf in top lane, Belveth in jungle, with a Fizz, Sivir, and Karma across the other three roles. Meanwhile, red side, you have a Sion in top lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Ziggs, youre, Pantheon make up the rest of the team. So, by every stretch of the imagination, looking at some beautiful gameplay here. And one thing to note is Olaf has got the buff of the Enchanter alongside him, has got the Karma. So we'll have a little bit of an improved kind of offensive capability. I think something has just broken off of my curtain. But you'd expect Ziggs to be able to get some poking damage down at the expense of the mana, but does have the empowered autos, so might potentially look to use the empowered autos when on Fizz, meanwhile clearing with the standard autos for the rest of the minions, as Pantheon, incredible amount of presence at the moment, especially in solo queue. Very versatile, can play about 4 roles consistently, but there is going to be an engage coming through here. Lands a W onto the Karma. I must get a significant amount of damage and we'll trade a decent chunk of his health bar. Partnered up with the youre. Belveth is posturing towards this bot side for a gank as the Mantra Q lands onto the youre. The level 2 has popped and that spinning disc manages to connect twice. And starting out, you know, lane's going as expected. We expected Ziggs to be a little bit ahead of Fizz. Advantage of being ranged, but there could be a dive coming through here. Belveth is in the area. Jarvan pathing down now. Fizz, no playful Trickster up or available. Digs down to half mana, but is level 3. Going to be taking a little bit of an extended trade here, but there's going to be a fight on the bot side. Belveth takes Pantheon down low, flashing over the wall, following along. There's going to be the Jarvan claiming that kill. Pantheon does not go down, and Karma now in a spot above, having the bone plane thing to be able to sustain herself a little bit longer, but the ghost comes through from the youre. Having to flash away, Karma now backs all the way out. Pantheon no longer in the fight, but Jarvan looks like he might go for even more. Flag and drag to try and catch out the Karma. Flash used. Flag and drag will miss. But youre now dropping quite low. Sivir hasn't been in this fight all too long and is going to be able to pick up the kill after the youre takes down the support. And that's Feats of Warfare in tandem with the Ziggs kill on mid lane. Oh, Olaf might potentially be in a spot of bother there. Decimating Smash does not manage to connect. But a brilliant start here. youre getting a nice kill, but is down the farm as Olaf drops low, has the flash available. Sion, interestingly, has no flash, has TP and Ignite. Oh, but Fizz not too content with letting Ziggs get away scot-free. But a satchel will reduce any kind of effort the fish will be able to input. Pardon me. And while Jarvan's just here to cover, Ziggs' TP. Karma is planning on staying a little bit stronger, but Sion, decimating Smash, knock up landed. But Olaf, he gets stronger the lower HP he is. Sion knows that. Look, already he's back to being the same amount of HP he was before that decimating strike. In exchange, Sion, lowing on mana, is going to be able to connect another one. You need to try and hit Olaf while he isn't able to trade back with you. That's how you get the consistent damage. The throwing axe does connect on the first one. Shield blocks the decimating smash a second time. Olaf is able to walk away. He's going to be able to take the back here as Sion Sets up what looks to be some sort of a slow push there in top side. As Yunara's been able to very comfortably get the CS back on track. Olaf needs this wave to go under the turret, but he's going to be able to take a flash. He's going to be able to take an engage onto the Sion, able to pick up that kill, but Ziggs might find one of his own. Uses the Super Mega Inferno Bomb onto Fizz, who is not level 6 yet, but Karma, she's still level 3. Pantheon as well. Sivir level 5, going in on Yunara. But there's a Belveth in the bush. Knock-up comes through. The dashes have been used. The attack speed is there. And it's going to be that E used, and it's going to be a pick-up kill. Sivir claims the gold. And Belveth getting a presence on the map as the Cloud Drake is up and available. And with Jarvan on that top side. Oh, Pantheon. Able to do a decent chunk, but takes a decent blow himself from that spinning disc. Olaf, on the other hand, finds Sion, has Ragnarok available. Knockup doesn't connect, but Unstoppable Onslaught does. Jarvan's now here in the mixer, but the Ragnarok's going to be able to use to stop any kind of CC from going through. Jarvan takes him down. Oh, but Ziggs takes down Fizz in mid, and Sion picks up the kill onto Olaf, and Belveth might be here to pick up a little bit of a cleanup here. Does she have the knockup available to be able to stop the Sion from moving as much as he is? Uses the dash. 1, 2, and the E confirms it. Now with the Heartbound Axe. As it is double green smites. Both the junglers here. A lot more people have been taking it onto the green and blue smites. They've been realizing that the red smite isn't as valuable as initially realized. And the extra health that they're getting from that green buff, especially if it's in a jungle environment, value is quite good. Ah, Belveth, level 6. This is who we're really going to watch in the late game. Olaf's going to be looking to just try and take isolated 1v1. Sion with the Bramble Vest. But Belveth will be the true scaling force here for this blue side. And the mission will be keep Yunara out of the game as long as possible. She does manage to get level 6 at this point. Sion. Able to take decent trades, but the lower Olaf gets, the better he is. Has the Ragnarok available, and you see he just does not care about any kind of damage going through. Jarvan's in the area. Here comes Yunara. She has transcended. On the hunt begins, but here comes the Cataclysm blocking up the Sivir, having to flash away. Ignite comes through from the Pantheon, but it's going to be a flash use from Jarvan of the Flag and Drag. Karma goes down, and that is going to be 1 for nothing. It's Jarvan using that flash. It was flash and ignite for a flash and heal. But Sion finds Olaf, gets the knock up with a decimating strike. Olaf gonna use the thunder, but won't be able to continue on much further. It's a trade with Void Grubs for the first Drake here, taken down at 8.5 minutes. Second Drake spawns at 13. Ziggs he's going to get rooted up by Karma, but there's not really too much threat. He's got the rest of the team behind him, so if Karma tries to force anything out the ordinary, he is in a brilliant spot. Karma does get chunked down quite low. No Mega Inferno Bomb. No mana as well. Belveth is hovering around this top side. Potentially looking for a dive on the Sion here. Belveth making it very clear who she feels is the strongest side, but Pantheon and Sion will be looking to try and take her down as Ziggs manages to get a cheeky kill on the edge there. Karma no stopping the bombs from flying in. And Fizz will be the one to fall. And now this game's starting to shape up. Ziggs is already proving to be a big threat there as Fizz having to dash away, but the chum in the waters isn't gonna do too much. Unstoppable onslaught. Sion chasing down Olaf now. Knockup comes through from the decimating smash, but Olaf is in a brilliant spot to be able to continue this fight on here. Has the Ragnarok available. Sion, is he going to try and take an extended trade? Knocks Olaf down to about a third of his HP. As Fizz takes another death. Jarvan's here. Cataclysm locks up Olaf in the rock circle, but Jarvan needs to be careful as there's going to be a shutdown onto the Olaf. Sion picks up the consolation prize, but a 1-for-1 might not have needed to be, but there's going to be some extended trading going in on the bot side now. Youre level 8 going to be using the Transcend oneself, and there's going to be an extended fight here. Pantheon going to be dropping low, and Sivir going to be taken down first. And now Pantheon down, Youre down, Bel'Veth is online, has the Kraken Slayer, and now your Kraken is cooked. Now, no objectives for another 2 minutes, but getting the Sivir onto 3 kills, getting her a step above the Youre there. But speaking of being above, a 2-level gap between Fizz and Ziggs. Which Yordle is better? It clears. It's clear. Bombs beat fish. I didn't know that was a matchup in Pokemon, but speaking of matchups, Pantheon comes in. Bel'Veth is just going to be committed to the turret here. Looks to try and land the knock-up onto the Pantheon. It's going to land through as the E comes through as Bel'Veth dropping low. Going to be taken down by the Jarvan Q as there's no flag and drag available. Chum the Waters lands onto the Ziggs, but it's not going to be enough damage to be able to try and take the little bomb Yordle down. Has used the flash, but Playful Trickster gets Fizz out. And he might not be high and dry, he is after all a fish, but the Grand Starfall takes him down. Pantheon comes in, and as epic as the heavens. Ooh, Pantheon Spear can be landing on Sivir as well. Almost taking her down. Almost had 2 kills through no involvement of his own. Jarvan comes forward here. Flag and drag lands onto the Sivir. Spell Shield and Barrier going to be used. He's going to be taking down 2 turret shots, and Bel'Veth gets the reset. Come out. Going to be taking down Pantheon under the turret. Youre tanks a turret shot, so she's dropped a half. So now Bel'Veth has an opportunity to be able to go forward here. Has the flash available, and does she manage to land the knock-up? Here it comes. Are we going to see the flash forward? 1 dash, 2, flash comes forward, there's the knock-up, and now Bel'Veth closes the gap on the Youre. Transcend oneself is not going to be enough, as now she might be transcended, but she's also recalled back to the fountain outside of her own volition. And Bel'Veth is coming online. Sion looks for the engage, blocked by the Ragnarok, and it's not going to be too long for Sion. Has to be careful. If he auto-attacks the Sion, the Bramble Vest will apply the grievous wounds, and he needs as much help as possible, but it's not going to be enough. Ziggs, now with the Ludens, 5-0-1. He's going to be this difference maker here. Because the good part is, he has abilities to disengage. The Satchel can be very useful, but Pantheon comes in from behind here, stuns the Karma, uses the block to try and stop any further damage from coming in, but the waters have been chummed and your time has come. Ooh, but Bel'Veth in a bad spot there. There's going to be a Cataclysm and a bomb over the wall, and Ziggs proving why bombs beat most things. Bel'Veth takes her 3rd death of the game, and Fizz, Karma, looks for a little bit of Jarvan. Can they end a dynasty? This might not be Regicide just yet, because Fizz taken down. Jarvan goes forward. Flash going to be exchanged, and now Ziggs in a big spot of bother. Uses the satchel to get over the wall, but now into the hands of Karma, but Youre is close behind. And that's a 5-level difference between the support and the mid laner here. So Youre closes this gap here. 2 autos will do it, but will she be able to close the gap in time? 1 turret shot lands, 2 not going to be able to connect, so it's going to be Olaf to claim the kill. Sivir dodging the spear at the end, but Ziggs gonna be continuing this engagement. Bel'Veth is now in the mix, and if she can get this shut down, it would be absolutely massive for the gold. Gonna have to disengage as Pantheon, primes the spear, and it's like a bullet through the eye. Bel'Veth goes down, and Ziggs will survive. That shutdown is not going anywhere anytime soon. As now it's starting to feel a little bit constricted for this blue side. It felt like they could have pulled something back. Hextech Drake now up and available. Herald spawning in 3 seconds. Jarvan's on the bot side. Now, Ziggs with TP will probably look for a reset now. Has 2 Fiendish Codexes, Dark Seal as well. Pantheon, primed to go in onto the Sivir, but there's a spell shield to block that. Yunara's here in the back. No Transcend, but there is a Mega Inferno Bomb to take down Karma. And they drop very, very low, and it's Sion picking up the easy, quick kill. As now, Bel'Veth is just going to try and get as much gold as is humanly possible. There's not too much else you can really do here. The mid laner is fed. Grand Starfall comes in to stop Olaf from claiming any more of that turret's HP, but we'll look to proxy this next wave, give himself a nice decent advantage. Pantheon is going to be caught out here by Bel'Veth. Go forward, knock up lands, and now Bel'Veth has free reign. You might be ascended, Atreus, but this is a demon unlike any other. A TP comes through from Ziggs, so now 2 bruiser champs against a little bomb yordle. Karma dropped low. Ziggs now caught underneath the turret. CC immune. Ragnarok comes through as it's shut down onto the Olaf, but is he going to fall to the turret now? No, he is not. The management of the aggression, but Yunara, speaking of, gets a double kill in mid lane. Cataclysm gets out Bel'Veth. It's all going on all over the map, and now Olaf left alone in a 1v1 against Jarvan. Can Jarvan find him? And meanwhile, Fizz and Sion are having a little bit of patty cake in bot. Fizz goes down, shutdown picked up by Olaf. Yunara gets a double kill in mid. It's all going on here on Summoner's Rift. His playful Trickster is 2 levels down, so he still needs to be very, very careful. There's the unstoppable onslaught, and you see the damage from Sion. As the Herald picked up. Now Olaf, the target of Yunara, picked up 2 kills in the last sort of skirmish. Any more for any more? Sion appears to be the only kind of weak element of this red side, and if he's able to solo kill the mid laner, he's not exactly weak. Bel'Veth will find Ziggs. Does take the engage forward. Ziggs goes a little bit too close here. Satchel is up and available to be used, but Bel'Veth closes the gap now. It's going to be the Mega Inferno Bomb that goes through. It's a little bomb that catches out the Bel'Veth. Who would have saw that coming? The Queen of the Void taken down by a little water balloon. But top tier 1 does go down. Karma running away from Pantheon. And he's just stacking up his passive on the red buff there. Yunara now has a little bit of free reign over the jungle. The lead has begun to snowball. As Olaf steals away the Krugs from Sion. Little bit rude there if you ask me. Decimating Smash lands through. Ragnarok on the cards. Now Olaf has to try and maximize his HP bar, looking spacing out the autos, but it's not going to do anything. It's not going to be enough. Olaf, you were fated to die a peaceful death, but so far none of these have been peaceful. As Ziggs now 8-1-5. That Dark Seal still stacking up 3 items into the hand of the little exploding yordle. And for me, Bel'Veth, that does not look safe. Grand Starfall comes through. Mega Inferno Bomb to drop low. 1 spear does it. It goes through. The Serpent's Fang annihilates the shield, and it's Bel'Veth taken down. There's a double kill for Pantheon there as Ziggs gives some backup. Or the Ascended God. Fell to Bel'Veth previously, but now it's all on the cards. As Sivir caught by the Cataclysm barrier, popped and now on the hunt used. Spell shield used as well, but it's going to be an auto attack. Just pick up the kill there. Now, but Fizz in a spot of bother as well. Ziggs, where'd you get your license from? As he misses the turret entirely, but Fizz dies. He was trying to look for the knock-up. Understandable. Turret goes down anyway, and Olaf, Sion having a skirmish of their own. You can see the perks of this Olaf, the Ragnarok proving too much, as Sion having to use the unstoppable onslaught, but guess where he's coming in? Here he is, in to take the bot side inhibitor. As Ziggs, can he make up for his previous driving mistakes? Looks for the bot side turret, but the Herald itself not too healthy enough to be able to try and take it down. But it looks like the fountain goes down. There's a Mega Inferno bomb to seal the deal, and Ziggs ran over this game. So much damage, so little time, and a 20-minute victory. It's GG, well played.